Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010 on Xbox Live, and for the third video in a row, and I'm sorry about anyone that isn't a huge WWE fan, but hey, this was 2 WWE pay-per-views in a row. Last week we had WWE Evolution. This Friday we have WWE Crown Jewel. That's going to be taking part in Saudi Arabia once again. So once again, WWE going to fly overseas to have a huge pay-per-view. The last huge pay-per-view that was overseas was WWE Showdown. WWE Super Showdown, I should say. But this time we have WWE Crown Jewel. There was a lot of debate whether or not if it was definitely going to take place in Saudi Arabia, but as far as I can tell, it is and still was going to take place in Saudi Arabia. With that being said, now let's get on with the predictions. And if you don't know how my predictions work, well, this is how they work. I choose who WWE think are going to win. So that's going to basically who WWE have booked and who I want to win, which is my own personal opinion. Now that's all out the way, let's go ahead and let's look at the first match. And as you can see, the first match is the New Day versus The Bar. They're for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, as The Bar won the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown Live, thanks to the Big Show interfering in the match and distracting Big E. Therefore, there was a bro kick to him, and there was a 1, 2, 3 new SmackDown Live Tag Champions. So, who do I think is going to win this matchup? This is a good rivalry that goes backwards and forth. I actually think it'll be The Bar. However, I want the New Day to win. Whether or not the Big is going to be a factor or not, I personally think he will be. So, yeah, that's the first match on the card, and it's a very good, easy pick for me to choose who's going to be representing the New Day in this match. I'm going to predict it's going to be Big E and Xavier Woods, just because it's a very rare combination. It's usually Big E and Kofi Kingston, or Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. But both Xavier Woods and Big E don't really tag that often. So yeah, The Bar to win this one, but I would love to see the New Day pick up victory and become a 6-time tag team champions. So with that being said, next match. And well, this one is going to be a very interesting one to say the least, which I find is just kind of strange. Personally, I would have stuck Daniel Bryan. I would have kept Daniel Bryan in this match. I mean, we had a great WWE Championship match this past Tuesday on SmackDown, but hey, Daniel Bryan lost that match, but it was a great effort. It was a good match. And then we saw the return of Samoa Joe. And he attacked both Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. First attacking AJ Styles and knocking Daniel Bryan outside the ring and putting him in the AJ Styles in the Coquina clutch. But then Daniel Bryan saved AJ Styles, and then unfortunately didn't succeed on saving him. And Samoa Joe just went after that leg that Daniel Bryan injured during the match between him and AJ Styles, and then put Daniel Bryan in the Coquina clutch. Whether during the night before the build up for this matchup, Daniel Bryan would go to the general manager's office and ask to be put in the match and make it a triple threat match. So if that happens, That would be awesome. But as it stands, I'm going to make the predictions for as what it says is it's now going to be AJ Styles defending his title against Samoa Joe. And at this point, I don't think the WWE Championship is ever going to be taken off of AJ Styles, let alone Crown Jewel. Who do I think is going to win? AJ Styles. And who do I want to win? You know, I would actually want Samoa Joe to beat AJ here. He's just come back from injury, and you know, the psychological warfare he's put over AJ Styles over the last couple of months has been really good. To fail over the last couple of months over SummerSlam and WWE Showdown. It's gonna be a little bit of a different story when it comes to Saudi Arabia. So yeah, Crown Jewel, I reckon there could be a new WWE champion. I wouldn't bet against it, but hey, that's just my own personal opinion. That's who I want to see beat AJ Styles. You may not like it, but it's my opinion and my pick. With that being said, we're gonna have a new WWE Universal Champion guaranteed. I hope you get that soon, Roman. With that being said, I'll get to that a little bit later on. But next are several next matches. The next set of matches is the WWE's version of the WWE World Cup. Despite the fact that Bobby Lashley is American, Seth Rollins is American, Randy Orton is American, Kurt Angle is American, Jeff Hardy is American, Dolph Ziggler is American, you got The Miz, American, and technically speaking, Rey Mysterio was born in America, but he's got Mexican heritage. So, technically the only real person that could probably call him the best in the world in WWE is Rey Mysterio. Now, you wouldn't see 50 different you wouldn't see 7 different versions of America in a soccer or football World Cup, depending on which part of the country from, or you wouldn't see 7 different versions of America in the Olympics. So personally, they could have renamed this tournament to being called the Best in the World WWE Cup, or just the Crown Jewel Cup, or something different. Don't call it a World Cup when the majority of the people in this tournament are from one part of the world. But enough of my little rant about this. It's still gonna happen, and I still have to predict who's gonna win the whole damn thing. So, looking at the Raw side of things, well, who's gonna end up to the finals? Personally, we got Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and we also have Dolph Ziggler representing Raw. Well, I reckon Kurt Angle will get to the final. To who he beats, I'll get to that in a second. For SmackDown, we have Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, and Rey Mysterio. To who goes to the final? Rey Mysterio. How he gets there? Again, I'll get there in a second. Now, the following matches are not actually on here, but I might be able to get a picture up of the brackets. So if I get a picture up on the brackets right about now, I can show you it, and we'll see. Let's have a look at one, if we can. 3, 2, 1, and we're back. So yeah, I've managed to download a picture of the WWE Crown Jewel brackets, and here they are. We got Rey Mysterio taking on Randy Orton for SmackDown Live. We have The Miz versus Jeff Hardy for SmackDown Live. On Raw's side, we have Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins, and we got Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler. So who do I think is going to win for the SmackDown side? Starting with the Jeff Hardy versus The Miz. I think it'll be The Miz. Who do I want to win that match? Jeff Hardy. SmackDown on his lower bracket. Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. Who do I think is going to win? I think it will be... well, first of all, I'm probably in the center, as for this part of the video, so you can see with those pictures. But yes, here we are. We got Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. Who do I think? I think it'll be Mysterio. I think it will be Rey Mysterio. No, sorry. I think it'll be Randy Orton, but I want Rey Mysterio. Let's go on the Raw side of things now. Who do I think is going to win out of Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins? Well, I think it will be Bobby Lashley due to the fact that I think with this rivalry between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose is going to come into play, it's going to probably cost him the match. Setting up a rivalry between him and Dean Ambrose at Survivor Series or something. But that can't happen because Seth Rollins is the Intercontinental Champion and he'll be facing Shinsuke Nakamura at Survivor Series. So they'll just build up a little, gives them a chance to beat them up. And then we got, I think Bobby Lashley, but I want Seth Rollins. Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler, on the other hand, I think it will, so in order for this to make sense, I think it will be Kurt Angle, and I want it to be Kurt Angle. So that's then that'll be the semi-finals. Now, if it all goes to the ones who I think, majority, and the fact if it's gonna be Bobby Lashley versus Kurt Angle, which I think it's gonna be more likely, I think Kurt Angle will go on to the final. But if it somehow ends up, and then I will go over to the. And by the way, I would want Kurt Angle to go to the final as well. So if I go on the SmackDown side, like I said with The Miz winning and Rey Mysterio winning as well, I reckon Rey Mysterio would end up facing Kurt Angle. But if WWE, if I could predict them, it'll be a heel versus a face. So therefore, it'll be The Miz that goes to the finals of Crown Jewel, and then it will end up being fired because Kurt Angle will end up winning the entire thing. That's just who I think is going to happen. If I was, like I said, who I'd want to win the whole entire thing, I'd pick Rey Mysterio. That's just my opinion. So yeah, going on to the next match. After this entire match has been predicted in one big take. So yeah, next. Now, it's just a bunch of old guys wrestling, really. Legends versus legends. And basically, we was told a lie at WWE Showdown. As we said, it was going to be the last time ever we was going to see Triple H take on The Undertaker. And we're not. This is not going to be the last time we see the last of the era. So, I mean, technically, it's not really in a singles competition, but still, in that matchup, at one point, we'll see Undertaker taking on Triple H. So, WWE Showdown was nothing. So, DX, for the first time and possibly even the last time ever, we'll go on against the Brothers of Destruction. And possibly we might see a heel turn from Kane, but I pretty much doubt it. There would be no point in building all that up just for Kane to help DX win. That would be the most pointless thing ever. Because, Kane's had a lot of bad history with DX in the past, so I'm pretty sure he'll stick with his brother in this one. Who do I think is going to win here? This is a very tough one. Because I don't think Triple H will go over twice against The Undertaker in two major pay-per-views overseas. So I think the Brothers of Destruction have this one. Who do I want to win this one? Again, I love both teams so much. but I like DX a little bit more, just because it just brings me back and gives me all that nostalgia. So yeah, I want DX to win. The question is, the Brothers of Destructions, are they ready? Yes, they are. Will DX rest in peace? Most likely. So, DX versus the Brothers of Destruction at Crown Jewel. One team's gonna be coming out victorious, and the other team are gonna have to their heads hang low. And will there be a betrayal by one of the members? Possibly. Shawn Michaels has still got it. Kane and Undertaker still got it. Triple H has still got it. They all still have it. It's time to play the game, and it's time for their DX to possibly rest in peace. Before I get on to this match, again, my thoughts go out to the family of Roman Reigns, who is going to be battling leukemia and not going to be battling Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. So get well soon, and hopefully we will see you sooner rather than later. And which, with that being said, that now means that the Universal Championship is now vacated, sadly, and which means that the triple threat match is now a singles match between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, guaranteed a new champion. The question is, who will be the new champion? Now, according to Paul Heyman, the spoiler here is that it's going to be Brock Lesnar. Now that we got a babyface Braun Strowman again, which makes a ton of sense, and I don't mean that sarcastically either. I mean that in the best of ways. So, who do I think is going to win? Brock Lesnar. Who do I want to win? Braun Strowman! There's no way that WWE can pass up this opportunity to not give Braun the title. After all, he was the monster in the bank, and they went nowhere with it because of Brock Lesnar. So it was because of Brock Lesnar, this is why Braun Strowman isn't the champion in the first place. Even though there's no disqualifications in a Hell in a Cell match, and there has to be a winner. And like there was a winner in the first one between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. But yeah, WWE logic gets thrown out the window sometimes. So what's gonna go down here? Couple of German suplexes, maybe a couple of F5s, a couple of power slams, and we're gonna have a new champion. That is pretty much it. Two big men in a big main event in a big country with a big fan base. That's pretty much my predictions. I think Brock Lesnar, I wanted to be Braun Strowman. There will be a monster among men representing Raw as their champion, and will go on to face either Samoa Joe or AJ Styles at Survivor Series, or will Brock Lesnar end up being the Beast incarnate once again as the reigning, defending WWE Universal Champion, and face AJ Styles or Samoa Joe at Survivor Series. I can't wait to find out. I'm Danrvdtree2000, and as technically speaking, it is at 16 o'clock, or 1600 hours, when this Friday, I might actually get a chance to watch it live on the WWE Network. If I take a quick shower after work and rush into my bedroom to catch it. If not, I'll watch it the day after. I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010, on Xbox Live. And I'll see you at WWE Crown Jewel's reactions and review. And until then, bye-bye! Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.